Essien is seated. Michael, good evening and welcome.
Good evening, and thank you.
It's been ages. Nice to see you. And how have you been doing?
I've been good. Just keeping well. And,
but you're looking really well.
I'm trying.
You're still training?
Yeah, I do. I have like a spin bicycle at home that I kind of do every now and then. And then sometimes I'll join in with the boys in training a little bit. So.
But it's not like you used to.
No.
It's not as vigorous as you used to.
No.
How does it feel that, looking back to what an illustrious career you have had, now you're trying to get into coaching, right? Or you are in coaching, I should say.
Yeah, I am, because I've done football my whole life, and I think if I know anything better, that would be football. So then the idea came that I should try and do some coaching badges. Then when I hung up my boots, then I would just
At the time you were playing, were you always looking forward to being a coach after?
No, not at all.
if you look at the pressure on the coaches.
No, at all. I didn't think I would take that path, but then again, as I said, getting to the end of my career, I was thinking I've done football my whole life, and I think I can share my experience with the young ones. So that made me took that decision to.
What was the reason for your initial, not fear, but your initial hesitation to get into coaching?
Coaching requires certain skills. It's like it's like being a teacher, and if you don't have that aspect in your life, then I don't think you can be a coach. But as I said, working under many managers and stuff, and also playing the game, I wanted to still be in the football world. So that made me took that decision to do my badges.
So with the badges, where have you gotten to now?
No, I've done with my UEFA license. I think the last one is the pro, but that can wait. I'm not
a little bit.
I'm not thinking about being a head coach at the moment. I just want to enjoy my peaceful, quiet life, and then
Yeah, you've been quiet from day one, but what sort of coach do you think you're molding yourself into? Is it the Mourinho type or the Carlo Ancelotti type, or it's a hybrid?
I don't know, actually. As you said, I'm not thinking about being a head coach at the moment, so I've not really had a thought about it, but. I don't know, it may be along the line things will change, and then of course I can be both, between Jose and the Cam Carlo thing.
But everybody knows that Jose has been your favorite from day one. He's been like your dad. You've always talked about him as your dad all the time. Do you think that at this point, if you look at Jose's career, where he is now, the level he is now, there's anything better? Can he go up again, or he's stuck, or he's finished, or because sometimes you look at some of the results he's churning out, and you're asking yourself whether this is the end of Jose, or there's something more up his sleeves that we don't know.
I don't know, but I think when you're in a job like that, you always keep learning. You never stop learning. So, and as you said, he's been there, he's done it all. And they still have the fire, still have the passion to do it, and that's Jose. And I'm sure, of course, maybe doesn't have the players he used to, but still, that's football, and football is changing every day, and there's a whole lot of trends in the football world at the moment. So I think he's still educating himself, and so far as he's got the fire and the passion, he will keep continuing.
What do you think about Jose's love and passion for African footballers?
It's just him, man. It's just him. I think he just have this great connection with African players, and the world can see, everyone can see that. So I don't know how and how that develops, but of course his time at Chelsea he had a lot of quite some good African players. So yeah, probably.
And you think that is because you guys are able to play for him, get him results? That's the reason he's stuck with you guys?
Yeah, probably yes, because I think he could count on us and he could trust us. And you know, as he said one time, his African boys are very loyal. So yeah, I mean, if someone gives you that opportunity, you have to, you know, take it and try to reward him for what, you know, he's done for you. So yeah, probably.
Has football changed from your days and now?
It has a lot. A lot. And as I said earlier on, there's a lot of new trends that's happening in the game, and it keep, you know, happening, and it keep changing. So yeah, you just have to stay on top of your game, and you know, take all these new trends in.
If you look at the modern day football, the modern game, and how it is from your days, how does mental health affect football?
Well, a lot. I mean, I think back in the days we were not really paying too much attention to those things. But as you know, the year goes by, and you know, you see some players getting really affected, and then kind of draw everybody's attention to it, and at the moment it's a very big thing that's happening in football. So
it's quite intense, isn't it?
Yeah, and now you know, all the clubs have started bringing in the psychologists and stuff like that to help the players. Yeah.
Tell me your typical day in Chelsea. I mean, one of the things I knew about you in Chelsea was that everybody said Michael sleeps a lot, he rests a lot. But in a typical day, what was it like? What were your activities like in a typical day?
It's quite simple. You know, I wake up, jump in the shower, go to training, you know, finish the training, come back home, have my lunch, and the rest of the day is just resting and taking my nap.
There was a day I came to Stamford Bridge for a documentary, and when I got to your locker, I saw cocoa butter. When I got to your locker, in the Stamford Bridge dressing room, I was told that this is Michael Essien's dressing his locker, and there's cocoa butter in there, and that what do you do with it?
It's our body cream, and it's something we were. I think it's something we were brought up, you know, using. So yeah,
and it was true that it was yours.
Yeah, it was mine. I was using it. I still use it.
You still use it. I mean, that squad that you guys had in Chelsea, do you ever think Chelsea's going to get something like that again?
I mean,
if you watch them now,
I won't say no, but I think they will, because it's a new generation. They have to come together to develop that, and that will depends on the individuals and the group so I think at some point they will.
I think Red Roman leaving Chelsea is part of the reason Chelsea is where it is.
Probably, because Roman was, you know, he put everything into Chelsea, and he loved the club, he loved his football. And going out of the club the way it happens, it's quite sad, but so probably maybe it's one of the reasons.
What sort of relationship did you have with him?
Good. He won't come to training grounds that often, but he makes sure he comes to the game very, very often. And he doesn't. He's a man of a few words. He doesn't much. He smiles a lot. He was very nice to everyone. So yeah.
In the documentary we played before we started the conversation, one of the things that struck me was when you refused to take a penalty in the 2008 finals, and the reason was that you had promised your mother you were not going to play the penalty again because she fainted before. Was that a true story?
Actually, to be honest, I don't know where the story is coming from, but I mean, I took the first penalty that I mixed like on a big stage was when I was in Lyon.
Yeah,
and that really that did affected her. But in Moscow, I didn't refuse. I think I had no choice anyway. If Aneka has called, I'll be the next person to
play,
to go and take it. So there's no way I could escape that.
You played in many big games. I mean, and you showed how good you were in big games. But looking at where you played and most of the stadia that you played in, which was the most difficult stadia? Where was it difficult to play?
I think everywhere was difficult, but and I think if you ask some of the ex-players, they would say the same. That every time you go to Anfield, the stadium was something else. The atmosphere, and it gives you goosebumps, to be honest. And so yeah, that place can be very, very intimidating place to play, but. The fans makes the game even more much better.
One of the things, in fact, let me be honest about this. I didn't like you that much, especially when you were playing against Arsenal, and you know the reason. You scored some terrific goal against Arsenal. You remember that game?
I don't remember the game, but I remember the goal.
You remember the game? I just want a bit of the commentary on that particular game, and against Arsenal, and this is how it came about.
Here's Lampard, comes out to Essien.
No, I've never seen the game again, but I've seen the
goal.
I've seen the goal.
Was it deliberate?
It was. I mean, I decided to shoot, and the way I saw the ball rolling towards me, that was the only thing that came in mind, and I strike it, and it was a good one. But it's funny, after that goal, I missed one. I was standing right in front of the goalkeeper.
It was a sitter.
It was a corner. It was like everything, and then. I missed that one, but nobody talks about it.
We don't even want to remember that one. We don't want to remember that one because this was just too stunning. When you were moving from France to England, I mean, at that time, you had not played in the EPL before. It was a big stage. There's so many commentaries were coming, the eyes around you and all that. How much of belief did you have in yourself?
I think, I would say Premiership. That was what we used to call it.
Yeah, the Premiership, yeah.
And it's always been a dream to play in the Premiership. Let me use the Premier League. The Premier League at the time. So, I mean, when the opportunity came, I mean, I think the transfer fee was quite big.
Yeah, you were the most expensive African player at the time.
Yeah, but then straight away I had the confidence and the trust from Jose. So that made me kind of relax a bit, and I'm also the type of person I'm very calm, and I've always managed to block the outside noise, so it doesn't affect me. And all I want to do is go on the pitch and play my football and enjoy the game.
You loved Stamford Bridge, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. 'Cause I spent almost 9 years there. So.
And the fans really loved you too, Michael.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, the fans really loved you. I mean, do you believe in this assertion that many people hold, that you are the reason Chelsea has a lot of supporters in Ghana?
Oh, that's nice. Maybe, probably.
Yeah.
But that's nice to hear.
Because, I mean, it used to be a lot of Man United and Arsenal and, but when you went to Chelsea, then a lot of people began to move into Chelsea because of Michael Essien. And it was quite a big thing. It was quite a big deal. I remember the night you won the Champions League. Tell us about the night of the Champions League when you won that cup.
I mean, it's been it's been a cup that the club really wanted it, and missing out in Moscow was a helpful there, because we wanted to win it, and it was our president's home ground, so it was more special for us to win it. And then when we lost it, it was quite hard. But
was it the difficulty of losing that cup, or it was because it was Man United that you lost to?
I think a bit of both, because United is their biggest rivals, and they want to win, we want to win, and we wanted to win even more because Roman is from Russia, Moscow, so it was quite hard. But we had players at the time that, it's finished, we have to move on. Mentally we were quite strong. But the year we won it was the year, we had our worst season ever.
Yeah.
In England. But they say when something is yours, it's yours.
Yeah. A lot of the time, Di Matteo was with the team, right?
Yeah, that was it was Villas-Boas, and then Di Matteo took over.
You worked under many coaches. Let me take Jose out. Jose has always been and will always be. Apart from Jose, which of the other coaches that you worked with that you thought made a good impression on you? Because apart from Jose, you moved into Real Madrid as well at a point and all of that. Who else was the coach that you thought gave you a lot more to add to what you already had?
I think I've always said every coach has played a huge impact in my development, in my football career. There's a lot of coaches. I've worked under a lot of coaches, and I would love to mention them all, but there are a lot, because I have to give a big credit to Frederic Antonetti, the first coach I had when I moved to Bastia. He played a huge part, and then I spent 3 years at Bastia under 3 managers.
Wow.
Yeah, so the second one was Robert Nuzare, who came and made me a starter straight away when I was 19. And then I moved on.
And Bastia is very much out of the place in France. It's in the Corsica region, right?
Yeah, it's on the island.
I came there once.
It's a nice place.
Yes, it's a very beautiful place. I came there when Samolinkum was in Bastia.
Okay,
at the time.
It's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
And so then I managed to move to Lyon, where Paul Logon played a huge part as well. Then, of course, Jose, and I had Ancelotti's, and after Jose, Ancelotti will be next.
The next.
And the next will be we didn't have him for long. Guus Hiddink from Holland. Yeah, he came in for 6 months to just see us through the end of the season, and he was a very good coach and a very nice man.
It was during Hiddink's time that you had that Champions League game against Barca, right?
Yeah.
When referee Ovrebo,
I think so.
Yes, it was when referee Ovrebo supposedly robbed you guys of victory against Barcelona. But against that Barca team, played against Ronaldinho, Iniesta, Xavi, Piqué, Busquets, Messi. How did you guys psych yourself up for such a game? Because you had Drogba yourself, Ballack, you also had your own squad.
We did, but that Barca team was very, very difficult to play, trust me, because we know they're always going to have the ball, so we have to, run after the ball and, try to, get a goal when we can. So it was tough, and it's always tough. One game I was only first half I've already run 8 or 9 kilometers.
Yeah.
So it was tough, but also it's always good to play against those players, and you can always learn from them.
Did you see that ball coming before the goal came? It was unfavorable.
Well, I saw the ball dropping, and it was dropping on my left foot. It's,
You didn't think of bringing it to your favorable right?
No. I just thought to hit it. And before the game, when we were having our lunch, Obi Mikel was telling me, "Oh, today you're going to school."
Ooh, wow.
So when I saw the ball dropping, I said, "Okay, let me go for it," because scoring those goals, you don't think about it. It's an instinct.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Then I took it.
And this is how the goal came about in that game.
Header on by Drogba. Won it well for Malouda.
Such a blast of a volley.
It was, but as a footballer, when you hit a good one,
You know.
it's a good one.
Yeah.
You can feel it.
But you were disappointed at the end of the game, the results.
Yeah, it was very sad, sad ending to the game. But
3 clear penalties, so Vrabel refused to.
Yeah, I don't want to say too much, but
I never supported Chelsea at the time, but for that particular game, I just wanted you in particular to win that game. Because when I saw your goal, I thought your goal should be like the goal of the tournament for a team that has won a trophy. That's what I saw. But unfortunately, you could not. You guys couldn't win that game. Let's look at some of the other games that you played. Your time in the Black Stars, for example. Black Stars are playing this weekend against Chad. First of all, were you surprised that we couldn't make it to AFCON?
I mean, yes, and I would say so, but then again, I know there's a whole lot going on at the moment with the Black Stars and stuff like that. But it was sad, but I mean, we have to move on. We have to move on. It's happening. Sometimes maybe it's better you don't qualify to go and add up to
the numbers.
To the numbers, or you qualify to go and compete. So, yeah, but we have to move on. So hopefully.
Somebody said this before, and I keep asking all these legends that, it's easy for you guys. Is it easy for you guys to move on after losing games? Unlike, for some of the supporters or the fans who will be brooding over difficult times and all that for a long while. You guys seem to be moving on so quickly.
We have to, but it's hard at the time, but you have to move on because you have a next game ahead. So it's not easy for us to move on, but we have to, of course, look ahead to the next game coming. So we have to leave that behind because, I mean, the game is finished. It's finished. You have another game to redeem yourself or to go out there and win. So you have to leave the past behind and move on. And that's a life of. That's life in general. If you look at it that way, but that's also the life of a footballer. You always have the next game.
So you always have to look forward rather than think of what has happened in the past.
Yes.
With the Black Stars, I mean, what were your most enjoyable moments with the Black Stars?
Oof, that's a lot. I mean, I had a really good time with the Black Stars. I played with some great players and so on. And I think the 2008 AFCON we hosted here was one of a special one to me.
2008 AFCON. What about the World Cup in 2006 when we qualified for the first time?
Yeah, that's also there. I even forgot about that.
What was it about? What was it about you and? Because I understand that, and I witnessed a couple of them, that most of the time your roommate was Sule Muntari. Anytime you were at the Black Stars camp, the two of you always hanged out together. He says one is diabolic, one is... but with your time in the Black Stars, I mean, what was this thing about you, Sule, Capitano, Laye, Antonianan? What was it about you guys that you understood so much that at a point you guys were regarded as one of the best midfielders in the world?
That's a good one, but I think those times we've known each other since we were very, very young, and you know, most of us went through the youth age groups, so we kind of, you know, all know each other very well and how each other plays. So I mean, you know. So I think that's why we were so connected. And when you look at it, Steven Tornado was our senior. Next was Lai, but they all, you know, come down to our level. Like, okay, we're all the same. So, and when you have, you know, leaders like that, you know, behaving like that, it kind of gives you even more confidence to go out and help them to, you know, to achieve something.
It was great. The quartet you guys had was something else. You were just unbeatable at that time. But does it hurt you that in that illustrious career that you had with the Black Stars, you never won a trophy?
Yes, because we were so lucky. As I said, the Can 08, we were so lucky. We got so close, but it didn't happen. So I mean,
Sporty FM.
We could have loved to, you know, to win something for the nation, but it didn't happen. So we have to move on.
What would you have done differently if you had the opportunity now?
But nothing. I just go out there and play my football, and you know, do the best I can to win games.
What's the difficulty? Sometimes, you know, Ghanaians. Is it a case of sometimes Ghanaians didn't understand the dynamics of playing in Europe and playing for the Black Stars, and therefore thought at some point that you were not too committed for the Black Stars at some point?
You know what? You know, people are always going to have their opinions and stuff like that. They don't know what goes on, you know, behind closed doors. But there's a lot that goes on. I'm not going to sit here and, you know, and say everything. But
yeah,
I mean, you have your opinion. It's okay. It's fine. But I mean, don't insult me. That's what that's what a lot of them intend to do. But you know, I mean. So it got to a point you also have to, you know, look back and look after yourself, you know, because at the end of the day, you are, you know, the legs that kind of, you know, feed you. So sometimes you have to also think about that.
When Ghanaians are they're not happy with you and they're insulting you guys and all of that, how do you guys take it?
I mean, you can't please everyone. So you have to always look at the positive side, you know. You always look forward and look, you know. I always find a way to, you know, to stay positive in to be positive in every situation, and that's the sort of person I am, and I'm very calm to that. And you know, guess what? After a few years, the same people who were insulting us are calling us legends.
Yeah.
So,
so it means they didn't really mean it. I mean, it's like they love you, they want the good things.
So then now you can say, okay, whatever you are doing now, make sure you give your best. They might insult you, but along the line, a few years later, you'll be one of them.
Who do you think filled your shoes when you left the Black Stars? Between Antoniana and Ajman Bedu?
I think they both did well. I've known Anthony since secondary school days. You know, Ajingo came in. I think they both, you know, did their best, and they both represent the nation as they're supposed to.
Do you see Black Stars winning any trophy anytime soon?
I think so. It just have to happen. When is that going to happen? I don't know, but I'm sure it'll happen at some point.
Because the last time we won an African Cup, it was 1982. You were not born then.
That was a long time.
Yeah, you were not born then, 1982.
That was a long time.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Someday?
Yeah, I believe. I believe we'll get there.
With the crop of players we have now, you think that because you see, one of the things a lot of people really do sometimes is they do a lot of comparisons, player for player, strength for strength, talent for talent, and everybody still feels that your squad will be difficult to get again.
I know what you mean, but that's why I hate comparisons. Because everyone is different and everyone have their way of playing football. So for me, it makes no sense in a way. You have to compare, someone to, you have to compare people. But as I said, people just, I don't know, maybe it's boredom or something. They just, or they just want to have a talk. But I mean, these things are always going to be there. But you just have to, keep supporting the team, because I think there's a time that the Black Stars need the nation support more than anything else. So I think they should be behind the team and support them and stay positive and hopefully.
You think we can dismiss Chad on Friday?
Yes, we can, but we need to prepare ourselves, and sometimes I hate when people say, Black Star couldn't beat Sudan, Black Star couldn't beat Libya. That's so disrespectful, because you have to respect your opponent, and you've been in the game, you know the game. The underdogs, when they are going to play against the favorite, they have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
So they give their best. It's up to you, the favorite one, to overcome that. Because if they lose, okay, they know they're going to lose.
Yeah.
But if they win, it's a big thing. So, yeah.
What do you think that countries like Morocco are doing so well that we are not?
I don't know. Maybe because of the way they are treating the players, or maybe how the players are performing in their various clubs and stuff like that. Because that plays a big role in when you come to the national team. So maybe they are. I don't know what they are doing, but maybe they are doing something good, and monitoring their players and checking up on them, because nowadays football is all about stats and stuff like that, and see how they are doing, and physically, technically, and everything. So yeah.
Did you get a lot of support during your time with the national team from the FA, the government? Did you get a lot of support? Especially during times when you got injured.
Fiifi, that's what I said. I'm not the type that will come and complain. They could have done better, but it's what it is. I look back, I don't regret anything. At some point I have to take decision for myself, which a lot of people, the nation or the fans, they really understand, but. At the end of the day, life goes on. I've moved on, and so I'm not going to sit here and complain and point fingers and
Sometimes we you hear a lot of people and some comments that comes like the way we treat our players. One very big legend was speaking to me last week, and he said to me that almost every captain that leaves the Black Stars leaves out of bitterness, or some good players in the Black Stars leave out of bitterness, and things that have happened to them in the national team. He gave me an example of Abedi Pele leaving in 1998 out of bitterness. Even with our captain, Baby Jet, also leaving out of bitterness. If you listen to how Dede Ayew is also going through out of bitterness, and at a point Sule Muntari also left the Black Stars out of bitterness. So there's a lot of, most of our players, you think that the way we treat our players is the best way? Because you have been at the receiving end of the treatment, so you'll be able to tell.
Yes, but As I said earlier, I always find a way to think positive side of every situation, and everyone is different. Yeah, maybe the way they treat them is not good, but for me, I will not look back and say, I left with bitterness in me. But everyone is different, and also sometimes, I think also sometimes a lot comes from the fans. The way they talk about the players and stuff like that, and even then they start rumors, and this one is not nice with this one don't like this one. Then it goes to these players' heads, it feeds their egos, and then they start, parting ways with each other, which is not good, because there's always a way that you can sit and talk with your teammate. When I joined the Blast, I had that with Ronaldo. He was our captain, and people start, saying all these sort of rumors between me and him, but we call each other on the phone and we talk about it. And we have the same guys that will talk behind us. This same guy will talk behind me, and he'll go to Steven and say the same thing. So I'll just pick up the phone, call them up and say, hey, this is what this guy said, and he came to say the same thing. But but others, it will feed their egos, and then they start, like, okay, I thought he's my friend. Then they start distancing themselves from each other, which I think is wrong. But
You've been following our football and our league as well. Do you?
The Ghana League, no, because I don't really get to watch it outside. But recently, there's something that I've heard about one Kotoko fan.
Yeah, Poli, who lost his life. Yeah.
So I've heard that a few times, and I think it's quite sad and it's quite wrong, and they need to do more to
protect the teams.
And especially the fans.
Yeah. Recently, talking about the Champions League again, you played against Lionel Messi. You played also with Ronaldo. These two players that you've played alongside and against, who would you pick?
Honestly, I will not pick one and leave the other.
Describe Ronaldo for me.
Very nice guy. He loves his jokes, and he works hard. He's a true professional player. He really works hard. But when it comes to Ronaldo and Messi, I will not pick one and leave the other. Why? Because I think we should appreciate them and enjoy them, because them two, they've stayed on top of their football for more than 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
And even you look at them now, you don't see any sign of them stopping. So instead of comparing them two or taking one and leave the other, I will not do that. I will appreciate them. I will enjoy them. So as long as they are playing, I would love to see them. So one day they stop. So I'm not going to choose anyone. I'm not going to choose one and leave the other.
There are so many changes coming to football now. So many different rules are coming. So many things are happening. I'm sure you watched Atletico played against Real Madrid in the Champions League. Alvarez's penalty that supposedly, hit his other foot before he kicked in, and all that. Replays have shown many different angles to it. What's your take on that?
Well, I'm Los Blancos, so I'm happy they won. But as you said, that's true, because they introduced this VAR to help the game, and it still baffles me that people sit in front of the monitors and replay the situation, and they still
Make mistakes.
come on and make mistakes. That's something I still don't understand, because when you look at it and when it's slow motion, then you can even see more. But yet you come out and make a mistake. I still don't understand. But let's hope it gets better. Because the only thing that I think so far, the only thing they introduced in football that's really helping is the eagle eye, the goal line technology, and that's really working. So I think the VAR will improve.
Do you remember this particular incident? Let me just play this to your hearing.
I'm very, very happy. This is what I was waiting for. And I mean, now they can cool down, relax. Even if we get a draw, we are okay. It's a perfect start.
James, that was an excellently taken goal. Essien finished it off.
Beautiful. This is Essien has crowned his effort so far. I mean, like I was saying, it was a fantastic strategy the coach used there, playing him up front. And the pressure has really,
and
beautiful,
that was
beautiful.
a classy free kick. Look at the way Montari chipped it over, and Essien just put the ball in.
It's a game against Morocco.
Exactly. I was just waiting for you to see if you remember the goal. You remember that one?
Yeah,
Great,
I did. And
great.
that just happened on the pitch. Sometimes when you've played with someone for so long and you're so close to the person, it just take an eye contact to set up something. And what we did was just an instant thing.
Yeah.
And he could hit it straight away because I know he can.
Yeah.
And I gave him the eye, and straightforward, he knew what I was looking for, and then he placed it really well.
What is it about you and Sule?
Well, I say we are brothers, because we've known each other very well since we were very
You've done all the
young.
good things together. You've done all the bad things together.
Yeah,
You've
good, bad, and ugly. We'll be there, but yeah, and then our families were very close. My mom will speak to his mom, may her soul rest in peace, and stuff like that. So we knew each other very well, and we said to ourselves one day we would like to play in the same team in Europe together, and it happens. I managed to go and join him in the Essien Milan. So it was a great moment.
Did you at some point, because again, it's some of the things that we heard, did you refuse a call to the Black Stars as assistant coach?
I wouldn't say I refused, but I thought I was not ready at the time. And yes, I had a call, I had a contact with Otto. I spoke to the president and stuff like that. But I thought I was not ready. I was not ready at the time. So yeah, that's what I said. And yeah.
Are we going to see you one day as head coach of the Black Stars?
Probably not.
Why not?
I don't know. Cause, I mean, as I said, I'm not thinking about being a head coach at any time. But maybe
in a couple of years.
As the year goes by, maybe things will change. Because when you ask me if when I was playing, I will finish and be to go into coaching. I didn't. When I was playing, I didn't think I would even be interested in doing that. But over the years, I realized that's what I've done. I've done my whole life, so I have to educate myself in the coaching side of the game, and really getting the chance to go to FC Norgeland, thanks to Tom Bernard, who played a huge part, and also a big thank to Fleming Pedersen, who was the head coach there at the time. And also, what Right to Dream are giving the young ones is something great. So yeah, that kind of touched me, and I said, okay, yeah, I will come because Tom told me, come and train with the boys, and see how. After 2 months, I said, Tom, forget it. I said, forget it. No. I'm done.
You are done.
I'm done. So yeah. So we laugh about it, and then I joined the coaching staff. And
so what's actually your role in that team as a coach? What's your role? What do you play?
I mean, I do a bit of everything. Everything really. I go down to the U19s, help them. The Super League team, I'm always there with them. I will do some individual sessions with some of the players. Even sometimes I go down to our ladies team to help them. If they need a player for their session, I'm there. I'm there to help them. So yeah, I do a bit of everything, and I'm lucky enough to juggle myself around the whole organization. And we have our international academy players. So I go down there to also, be around them, help them, advise them a little bit, have some football talks with them. And so yeah, I've been lucky enough to have that role and being like a little mentor for them. And
but do we still have to look forward to one day you coming to do something with the national teams?
I mean,
or never say never.
I will never say never. Sure, I will never say never, but I have to find the right timing. Yeah, so I will not sit there and say never, but you know.
You think football must be run by footballers?
Perhaps, but Fiifi, as you said, sometimes some players think because they've played to the highest level, because they've played the game before, they can do certain jobs. But trust me, those jobs and stuff like that, you need to educate yourself. So if they need to take some courses, they need to organize some courses for them to go through. Like I finished doing a few months ago. I finished doing my certificate of football management. I had this contact in UEFA, and I said I want to educate myself even more in the football world. So there's this course they do every year. So I signed up. And I did it. And trust me, I've known even more how football is organized. The whole organization of football is run, and for me, it's just to educate myself, because I thought, football is only. It's not only played on the pitch.
Yeah,
there's a whole lot that goes on behind the scenes. But of course, players are spoiled. Everything is prepared for them. They just have to jump on the pitch and play the game. But there's way deeper into football than just on the pitch. So yeah, that's what I thought, and I did this course, and it's giving me even more understanding and ideas about the football world.
Why is there so much money in football? I mean, in recent years, you look at a player who probably says, and in England in particular, I mean, you see some player and they're quoting £100 million and all of that. The quality of that £100 million player compared to what you were bought for many years ago at 23 million at the time or so, and all of that. What do you make of the kind of figures being bundled around now with regard to talents?
I mean, you just said football is changing. There's a whole lot that's going on, and football is becoming, I think, is becoming more of a business industry, but that's how the world is going. And sometimes these fans, they think when they buy a player for 100 million, the money goes into his pocket. So you give him get more pressure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's what it is. The players don't have a penny on that transfer money, but of course they have on their personal
negotiations as well.
They have, but I mean, you know, it's not going to stop anytime. It's always going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. But I mean, it's, you know, just have to see the players performing.
You think that the entertainment value of the game is we're losing the grip on the entertainment value of the game and adding more of the business side of the game?
Yeah, maybe, but you know, as I said, the football is becoming more business, and the talent is there. There's a lot of things that are happening in the football. You know, you don't see that. You know that, like the Ronaldinho's where they'll just take the ball and dribble everyone, and the Messi's and stuff like that. But you know, still the talent is there. Still have some good players out there. You know, talented players, and yeah, they just have to perform out there and you know, make their fans and people happy.
Back home, you played for Liberty Professionals before you left for France. How does it feel that Liberty is being sold?
I mean, it's hard. It's hard to, you know, to see Liberty being sold and it's not there anymore. But I mean, it's sad. It all happens when Alaji passed. Sly, may his soul rest in peace. Because he was doing a lot for the club, especially for the young boys, and you know, for them to leave, and now Liberty is nowhere. It's quite sad, but.
Could all you guys who played for Liberty, I mean yourself and Asamoah Gyan, Derek Boateng, all these guys, at a point about 6, 7, 8 of you were in the Black Stars. Could you guys have come together to save Liberty, if it was financial or technical or whatever?
I don't know. It's not, honestly, you know, it's not something we talked about, because I think it's not something we talked about. But also, I don't know. I don't really have an answer to those questions. I don't know who was running the club when Sly passed, and a whole lot. And you know, it's funny enough, when he passed, we didn't really have any contact. Someone to speak to. So maybe we could have done
something
about it, but
just for his memory.
Yeah, maybe we could have done something about it, but yeah, as you said, honestly, it's not something we talked about.
Currently, with Ghana football, and you actually mentioned that you're not been following the league that much because you don't get the opportunity to watch the league that much, you know. But this conversation about our local talents, Black Star players, not Black Stars necessarily, but Ghana Premier League players not having the opportunity to play in the Black Stars, you know, and all of that. And these migrations that happens all the time, going to war-torn countries and all of that. How can we get our players to stay here and play in the leagues and make it attractive and get better deals to go out there? Because you were bought straight from Liberty, and then you went to Bastia, right? So how it's not happening again like it used to happen in your days. Now they're going to all kinds of countries. They're not getting to the big deals like, you know, Sly would get for you in Bastia, Sly would get for Udinese, Sly would get for all of those are not happening anymore. Why?
Why? I don't know, but also I think most of these players are not patient enough, because I believe they have to. They have to enjoy the local league, the Premier League, before they can make the move. But now they are not patient enough, and if any small deal comes, and they just jump on it and they go. So you lose a bit of feeling of enjoying the local league, because our time we had the chance to do that before we moved. We got the chance to move abroad, but most of these players nowadays don't. and you know they are in a small club or wherever it is, and then their managers or whatever just okay, go here, they find a deal for him, and he's gone. So yeah, this still there's a lot of things that are losing from our local game, but I don't know. Maybe they should run it well, but. Imagine back in the days.
Would you like to buy a local club?
That means I have to move back home.
Well, not necessarily. Not necessarily.
No, I mean, I don't know, but you know, let's see what happens. Maybe at some point, you never know, because we still have the talent. We still have to, you know.
Ghana still has talent.
Yeah, we do. Still have it. Just
if somebody proposes that you buy a local club and help him run it, would you be interested in that?
I have to think about it. I will think about it.
But would you want to be in the business also of helping players go out there to find good teams? Because of your clout.
Yeah, probably yes, but you know. Think you just have to be patient and see what comes up, and you know, if the opportunity comes and I think about it and it's a good one, then
You've got a couple of kids now. How many? Three. How many boys? Two boys. Any of them following your footsteps?
Maybe the last one, but he's bloody lazy.
How old is he?
He's quite interested in football. But,
how old is he?
Sorry?
How old is he?
He's 12.
12? But you have to push him. You have to pump him up. Ronaldo is pumping his son. Lionel Messi is pumping his son. The Banson also has to pump his son.
Yeah, but this new generation, you have to find the fine balance, because when you push them too much, they might feel the pressure and probably not be interested. So you have to find a good balance to do that. You know. So yeah.
What do you think made you succeed? Was it hunger? I mean, the hunger to succeed, just the hunger, or you felt that there was something more to it?
Honestly, I don't know, but you know, I just love football. I just love football. You know, football makes me happy every time I'm playing football. So
from under 12, right?
Yeah, from even when I was.
You played under 12 national team?
Yes, I did.
You played with Edu Bofor?
Yes, Edu Bofor, George Yamwa.
Yeah.
I played with Felix Badegbe. If you know him. I played with Eric Boachi.
Akwetama was your coach?
Yeah.
Coach Akwetama was your coach. I saw you play at the Kaneshi Sports Complex. At that time, you were 12.
Yeah.
I saw you also play at the Accra Sports Stadium when you beat Benin 5-0 in a curtain raiser. You know, so I saw that squad that you had. You know, so that's what brings me to that question of, you know, not just the talent, but was it the hunger?
Maybe it's a bit of both, but the most important thing was me enjoying the game and not really thinking much about what's happening around, because I just play and I'm happy. When I lose, of course, I'm not happy, but I move on, and you know. So
Bentum took you to St. Augustine's?
Yes.
I am revealing some names.
I know. I know. So yeah, and those under 12 squad was very good.
Yes, I remember.
They were supposed to you know, keep us together through the 15s, the 17s.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't happen, but at the same time, we still managed to, you know, get back into the team. So, and I think I'm privileged enough to be, you know, to have the opportunity to represent my country in every age categories.
Yeah.
Probably one of the few players who have done that.
Yeah, you played from 17 to all that.
So but still I get criticized.
As for the criticisms, you can't run away from it.
Exactly, but
You
it's what it is. We know when.
but is it compare the two for me? Is it more difficult being criticized in Ghana or in England for Chelsea? Because the British press, the tabloids can also be quite rough.
Yeah, they can. But Ghanaians, you can criticize fine, but the insults.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, it's not acceptable. But what can you do? It's not criticizing the players that hurt them. It's the insult that hurt them. I mean, you can insult someone's family. You can come on. I think it's something we have to do better. We have to do better about it. So, but yeah. We'll see.
If you just tuned in, of course, I've been talking to Michael Essien, the Banson. He's my very special guest on the SportyDrive today here on Sporty FM 106.1. If you're listening to us wherever you are on our X Spaces and on Facebook, if you're watching as well, the Banson is in the studio with us today. And today is the launch of Sporty FM, the official launch of Sporty FM. But tell us about the ambassadorial thing with the Sporty Group.
I mean, it's been good. It's been quite good. I mean, they've come over to Denmark to shoot some shows for the advert and stuff like that, and they've been really nice. They've been good people. So yeah.
You enjoying it?
Yeah, I am enjoying it.
You know, for football stars, one of the things they enjoy most is these ambassadorial stuff. It keeps you active as well. It keeps you going around, and somebody just sent me a message to ask you if you would set up a football team. Oh, I've already asked him that. He wants you to set up a football team that bad. Okay, now let me ask you about home. My producer said I should ask you: Bastia, Lyon, Chelsea, Real Madrid, AC Milan, Panathinaikos, PSV Bandung, and Sabel. Where would you call home?
Home is Ghana.
Amongst all the places you played your football?
Yeah, Ghana is my home.
Ghana is your home.
Everywhere I've lived, I make the place home for myself. So.
How was Greece?
It wasn't how I expected it to be. I mean, I think it was the time. The timing of going there was wrong, because it was the time that they had their second economical crisis.
Yeah.
So things were quite difficult, and the club was not really running well. They were not paying the players and a whole lot, and then then they broke into my house. Stole some valuables and everything. So I didn't
love the place that much.
Yeah, I didn't feel safe. I didn't love the place. So it's the only place that I would say I didn't like.
Didn't enjoy.
Yeah.
You had your fair share of injuries during your career at some point. One of the worst ones I saw you go through was when you came to play for the Black Stars. I think it was in Libya. Was it in Libya?
That was the first.
The first one that you had in Libya. How bad was that?
It was really bad. Yeah, it was really bad.
What sort of injury was it?
It was ACL. I tore my ligament, and that was really bad. But I mean, as I said,
you think the injury slowed you down completely?
Yes, it did at some point. Yes, but at some point, yes. But as I said, I will not sit here and point fingers and blame anyone. It's injuries are all part of the game. It happens, and so for me, it was just go through my rehab, my surgery, go through my rehab, and come back.
Clubs don't like it at all when they're releasing you to national teams because of things like injuries, right?
Yeah, because I mean, of course they are paying you. So I mean, they are worried if they don't have the control over over how things are going in terms of treatment and stuff like that. So you're always worried, and of course you come here. Some of our pitches are not so good, and
Did you say some?
Some of the
pitches. Did you say some All our pitches are not good. All our pitches are not good.
You know, so they worry. But I mean, sorry. If something is going to happen, it will happen no matter what. So that's how I see things. And, you know, I move on, and then I came back a year and a half later. I have same injury when we went to Angola. But that was meniscus, playing for the national team. And, you know, I have to buy my own ticket back.
Because? Why?
Because no one was buying. I even have to buy extra I remember for Alex Asante, who was there at the time.
He's still there.
To help me carry my stuff, because I was in crutches, so I can. So he helped me, came back home to London, and then he left. So this certain few, you know, just little things they can, you know, they can do better. But I mean, it's what it is. I go better. I came back playing, and yeah, unfortunately, I missed the 2010 World Cup through that. But
were you hurt that you missed the 2010 World Cup?
I was not hurt. I was just sad. You know, it's, you know, first time the World Cup is coming to Africa, and
you're not there,
and I'm not there. You know, so
you think that if you were, because you were in that squad in 2006, you think that if you were in 2010 in that squad in 2010 in the World Cup, we got to the quarterfinals, you think we'd have done much better with your presence in the team?
I don't know.
But it's possible.
I don't know. Maybe it's possible, but you know, the fact that I was not there was what made me sad. But you know, it's what it is.
But you were in 2014 in Brazil.
Yes.
You were there when the slapping happened. You were there when the slapping happened, right? Now, you know, at some point, some people also mentioned your name in that slapping episode.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why my name came up.
No, they say, you see, you are like, you stay behind. You know, you're not the one who creates the problem, but you create a small problem, and then
I didn't create anything. I was at that meeting. Trust me, at that meeting, I was like, I'm fed up. We're having the same meeting over and over again, so I'm not going. So I didn't go. At the beginning of the meeting, I was in my room, and then I remember it was the day, and Ajiman Bedu, who came to come and said, Michael, come, you know, because I think at the time was the only senior player, one of the senior players in the. So I went, and this whole thing happened, and I was like, I was still sitting there. I couldn't move because I was numb. I didn't know what was going on. Like, you know. But it's funny. I was the only one who could stop Sule.
Yeah.
Who could stop him? Who could calm him down?
That's why people mentioned your name.
But that's very stupid. But you know, me trying to play the, you know.
Yeah, they said you could have stopped Sule, but you didn't stop him.
Stop him from doing what?
I mean, when the exchanges were going on, you could have stopped him.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, they are men, you know. They are men. You can, you know, you can, you know, find a way to talk to a young boy instead of trying to, you know, exchange words. Because that will flare up the situation, and that's what happened. But I was the person who calmed him down.
And after that, the team never remained the same.
I guess.
And was that your last tournament for the Black Stars?
Yes.
It was. All over the years, the things that you have learned from the Black Stars, if one day you have the chance, how would you handle it? Differently from what happened in the past? Because of your experience?
I have to, you know, be my own strategy of, you know, running things and solving problems or situations.
That is going to be a different approach.
Yeah.
Michael, I'm sure we'll be moving downstairs in a minute or two because we'll.
It's not finished.
Say again.
We're not finished.
We're almost done.
No, you said we're going downstairs.
Yeah.
Oh, there's more.
Yeah, there's more downstairs.
Oh, I thought it was only here.
No. But there's a whole party for you. I mean,
For me,
yeah,
for Sporty,
it's
Sporty FM.
But you are Sporty. you're Sporty FM. You're Sporty, part of the Sporty group, and the launch is today. We are launching the channel today, and this is the first 24-hour sports channel ever in Ghana, and it's none but Sporty. What's your take on it? What do you think?
I mean, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. It's a great, I would say, achievement to come up with this such a great thing. Because, as you said, only sports station that runs 24/7. So it's brilliant to have. I think it's about time we have that, and finally it's here. So let's enjoy it.
Do you think that? We have celebrated you well enough. Ghana or Africa has celebrated you well enough.
I don't know, Fiifi. I don't really pay much attention about those things. I mean,
Really?
if you know me, you know me. I'm just happy, happy coming, minding my business.
Quiet guy working here somewhere.
Exactly. So
but Mikel Obi thinks we haven't. Mikel Obi, thinks that we haven't celebrated you enough.
That's his opinion, but
this is what Mikel said.
It's great for him to say that, but for me, I'm very sure that I don't really worry too much or think too much about.
No, but it's a way of saying thank you for all the services you rendered to Africa and to Ghana.
Yeah, probably, but
there should be a testimonial for you.
No, it's fine.
You don't want a testimonial?
I'm fine.
Why don't you want a testimonial?
I don't know. I just
because you're one of Africa's finest legends. So why don't you want a testimonial?
I'm happy to hear that. That means I did something good.
You did a lot good.
That's more than enough for me to.
This is what Mikel said.
Good was he. He never gets the mention. He never gets the credit.
He doesn't.
Like we've been talking.
Scored a great goal against Barca, didn't he?
Yeah. I mean, we've been talking for the past minute.
Half an hour.
We haven't mentioned him.
What a player he was.
He is a guy that we call him the training ground. He is a powerful machine, this guy. I mean, the way he trains as well. Every day he's there working. And what a human being. Apart from playing football, what a gentleman he is. And like we say, he is the train. He is the bison, and that's what we call him.
The bison.
Yeah.
Right, that's what he was right then. Public service announcement. I've got a massive...
Isn't it nice to hear Mikel say these things about you?
It's really nice. It's really nice because I think we had a great relationship at our time at Chelsea. So and we still talk every now and then. So we're still very close.
Tell me a little bit about you, Mikel, Kalu, Drogba, Lassana Diarra. There was some video I saw about you guys and Lassana, and some jokes that you guys were doing together. But these four guys from Africa, what was it about the four of you?
I mean, it was
Ghana, Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire. What a combination!
And we are very, when it comes to football, we are, the rivalry thing between us.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was great at the time because we have all these African boys around, and we created our own little African family back then, and all of us were doing well. So it was great to see it. Anytime your brothers got your back. So it was great, and we had a great time there. So it was good.
You spent 9 years at Chelsea. Did you make money?
No, I play football.
Some say you made a lot of money at Chelsea.
No, I only went there to play football.
Yeah, but they paid you for it, for the football you were playing. It wasn't for free. It wasn't for free, was it?
Nah.
Thierry Henry said some good things about you back in the day. I mean, he's always talked about you in different ways, and you mentioned in the earlier stages of the conversation in the documentary that we played that Roy Keane was your mentor.
No, not my mentor, but it was player I liked at the time because back then when I was younger, 15, 16, I was a United fan. And he was such a great leader. You know,
What did you like about him? His by heart or what?
No, his bad, but the way he was hard on the pitch and stuff like that. The way he lead the team, that made me like him.
Was quite ruthless. He was quite ruthless on the pitch.
Yeah,
sometimes.
but you have to be at the time to survive. So I don't think now, if he was playing now, he could play
the way
two games in
a row. Carragher said something not too long ago about African defenders and African players and all of that. And we've had some people make some comments about it, about African Cup of Nations. You think that Carragher is not properly informed about the nature of our game, or why do you think he would make such a statement?
I don't know. I think it was
out of ignorance.
Yeah, I think he was naive and ignorant towards what he said about the African Cup of Nations. But I think my ex-players have already dealt with him, so we move on.
Did you hear what Oseko said about it?
No, I didn't, but I heard what I think, is it Mikel or Okocha?
Mikel also made some comments about it.
Okocha said something that was really funny, but I mean, he's very, very, naive and ignorant and things like that. But I think he got his share. He got his share. So I won't put any more salt into the
injury.
Yeah.
What sort of leader was JT?
Oh, JT was, I think, one of the best captains I've ever worked with. He was a warrior. He was a great captain. He was a great leader. As they say, a captain never leaves his ship. He's one of them. I mean, he will, unless something is broken, then he can. But if he's not broken, he will still. He will never leave his team. And he's such a great guy, great talker as well. He finds every word every word to say in any situation, and that made him a great leader. And sometimes people think being a captain, you are the best player in the team. No, it's how you treat each other, and how you lead, and talk. So
He's the best leader you've worked with.
Yeah. Next will be Tornado. Just because he's also my big brother.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, so,
that's nice. Frank Lampard has gone into coaching. A couple of times he's been sacked by his clubs. We've seen Rooney also go into coaching. He's been sacked many times by a couple of clubs and all of that. Is that one of the reasons why perhaps you don't want to take up mainstream coaching as head coach? For fear of being sacked?
It's not a fear. I mean, if you don't get sacked, then you are not a coach. You need to get sacked to be a coach, to be a good coach. But it's not that at all. I think it's just something that I'm not thinking about or ready to do. Then, as you said, maybe over the years, maybe something will change in my mind. But at the moment, it's a no.
Is a no? For now?
At the moment.
All right. A couple of people have sent a couple of stuff. Let me just see. Okay. One of my nephews says, I love to meet Michael. Michael, you won't find him anywhere. Because Michael, he doesn't go anywhere. Michael doesn't go anywhere. Will you be at the stadium on Friday?
Unfortunately, no. I'll be leaving tomorrow.
Oh, you're leaving town tomorrow?
Yeah,
you should have stayed to watch the Black Stars.
Yeah, I didn't have much time off.
So you're going back to Denmark?
Yeah.
You're based in Denmark now?
Yeah.
Okay, for Nordjylland?
Yeah. I've been there almost 4 years now. I have to go back. So, unfortunately, I can...
You can't stay to watch the game?
I can't stay to watch the game.
Oh, how sad. It would have been really nice for you to be here to watch the Black Stars. Okay. Okay, there's some question has come in. I'm sure people would like to know this. Okay, somebody says thoughts on allegations of Mourinho being racist. Is there anything like that?
I mean, people. I mean, people have to think before they say things. You know. I mean, you can call Jose anything you like, but racism is not one of them. I mean, you must be that crazy to call him racist. I mean, you know, when I heard the news, the first thing I did was, you know, check up on him. So I texted him, and yeah, he was quite sad about it. And I said, "Don't worry, we've got your back. We're here to support you. We know who you are, so nothing to worry about." And then you could see the reaction from us and from the public.
Yeah.
So they chose the wrong person to attack, but for whatever reason, I don't know. But as I said, call him anything you like, but racism is not.
That's not part of it. You think Liverpool will win the league this season?
I hope they don't. No, I'm joking. But I mean, I think they've played really well under their new manager.
That's a lot, yeah.
And of course, they are in good position to go for it. I think it's for them to lose it. So I mean, they've taken a huge step. So yeah, let's see, because you know, Premier League, anything can happen.
Yeah. And Chelsea's season is still unraveling. You think that they'll be in Champions League next season?
Well, I think that's the plan. That's the objective. If they can manage to do that, that would be good, because it's been up and down for a few years now. So yeah, I wish them well, and I hope to see them in the Champions League next season.
What is wrong with Arsenal?
Well, I'm not an Arsenal fan, so I can't help you.
But you're a legend of the game. Why do you think Arsenal always goes through what it does?
I don't know. They always, or maybe there's something missing, but I don't know. But they always do well. They always get so close, and I think Arteta is doing a great job with the players. No, maybe sacking is not the option, but I think he's getting the team close a few years, but to take the next, cross that bridge has always been a difficult. So yeah,
he probably doesn't know how to cross the bridge.
I hope they do, but as I said, I don't like Arsenal.
You don't like Arsenal?
No, I'm not. I don't like them. They are rivals. How can I like my guy?
La Liga this season is also very close to call, but you think Real Madrid will still win it? From the way Barca is playing now?
I would love to say yes, because I'm Los Blancos. So.
But realistically?
But I mean, it's still close. It's still close, and I mean, I think Barcelona is on fire at the moment. But I think it will go all the way to the end, and then decide who wins.
You think that FIFA has made football too complicated these days? There's so many games. Is it not tiring for the players?
It is. I think it is. And, I think most time they also have to think about the players. They are playing, I don't know how many games in the league, then you have the cup leagues, then you play Champions League, then you go play for your country, then now...
They're playing almost like 60 games in the season.
Yeah, that's too much, but also then again, that's why all these clubs have big squad to go for it, and so yeah, maybe sometimes I think they have to also think about the players' welfare and well-being and stuff like that. But I don't know the motive behind it, but I don't know, whatever they are doing, I hope it ends up to be a good one.
Well, Michael, we'd like to thank you so much. But before we thank you, I've got this to play for you.
He's from my village. Yeah.
Yes, I know. He's
Kevin is speaking a witty to me. I say, how did you find yourself?
Okay, so let's listen to this.
He was not my player. He's my son. You know, I'm his white daddy.
And you know, in your mind's eye right now, as you sit here, imagine that you're walking through the tunnel and they're playing these songs, and you see the flags, the blue and white with your emblem. Is it a tiger or a lion? The lion in the flag and all of that. You know.
Hey, I need to know that.
Chelsea, you have some animal in your. Flag.
Which animal is that? No, I mean Stamford Bridge is a special place. It's always good to come out and and play in front of the fans. It's quite nice.
Even though your loan spell was short with Real Madrid, did you enjoy Madrid as well?
Yes, I did. I really enjoyed it. I mean, I felt at home, straight away when I go there. And also, I knew some of the players before that I've played against. And also because I knew Banson very well when he was coming up in Lyon at the time. And so it was good. It was good. And half of the players were speaking English. The others are speaking French.
And you could speak both?
Yeah, it was easy for me to adapt. And it was crazy. When the deal happens, I was with Chelsea and we were in Monaco for the Super League because we won the Champions League. And then the whole thing started. So I remember going there. We were leaving the hotel to the stadium, and then the call came, and then I have to get out.
From the bus?
From the bus. And I have to scream from the back because the bus was leaving. I have to scream, stop the bus. I need to come out.
because daddy is calling.
And the whole place, everyone was like,
where are you going?
Michael, what's going on? I said, no, I'll talk to you. I'll tell you guys later. I need to come down.
Wow.
So I came down, and then the next day I found myself in
Spain.
In Spain with one jeans and one t-shirt and my Chelsea tracksuit.
Wow, it happened so quickly.
It happened so quick, but it was.
What was your first game for Real Madrid?
The first game I played, I think it was a Champions League game.
You played the right fullback, right? You're the right
No,
back.
I think I played in the middle.
In the middle.
I think against Man City, if I remember well. But my first game was, we went away in Sevilla, and this is like 2 or 3 days that I came, and then Jose took me with the team, and then the game was 11 p.m.
Wow.
I was like, Fiifi, who plays football at
11 p.m.?
I mean, almost midnight. I was on the bench falling asleep. Yeah, but it was a great experience.
It was good.
And,
It was good.
Yeah.
Check out this one. Hearing the song, right? It's quite a big deal.
Great, you know.
Well, we'll be rounding up our conversation, and we want to thank you. But that Alvarez penalty, what? We've seen it many times. You know, I need your take on this. That was it? I mean, taking out the emotions of being a Los Blancos, was it the fair decision for the referee to have taken?
I mean, it's a difficult one because. I also can't see anything, but that's what I said. I mean, the VAR is here to help the game, and if you're still sitting in front of monitors and you're making mistake, then there's something must be done. Something must be done because I mean, it caused them. It caused them, and I know still even now, still people are talking about it, and they still don't see where the double contact came.
Yeah.
Wow.
Madrid were just lucky, I think.
Maybe.
Michael, thank you so much, and we want to wish you well, especially in your coaching career.
Thank you very much.
And in your family life as well. We want to wish you all the best. And as we go down to do the official launch of Sporty FM and all of that, we want to follow you and follow your coaching career, follow your progress, and see that one day, we want to see you one day on the touchline, on the sidelines of the national team. You could probably start from the U17s and drill something into the kids and grow with them to the U20s, and then eventually you get the chance to take the Black Stars. One day, maybe we want to see you do that.
Let's see.
Like
Thank you very much.
Never say never.
That's true.
Here, there's no cobam for training. So. Charlie, thank you so much, and wish you all the best. Yeah. Okay, all right.
Thank you for having me.